Good morning to you and welcome back to my channel CS-WildCAM. I'm Christof Schoeman and you're watching Kruger Unlocked. This morning I was lucky to receive an update of a large pride of lions on the Giraffe Carcass on the S25. Now I first checked the S28 for a little bit past Tombi and I thought let me work the S25 a little bit. Not sure what the visual is like, but I'm willing to go give it a try. Hang in there. Okay, we are in the area. I see vehicles parked up front. As you can see, a lot of vulture activity in the area. So let's see if there's a good visual. At least we've got time on our hands so we can sit around and wait and see how it develops. I was trying to get into a position. I noticed this full-bellied lioness approaching. There's already an individual on the carcass, but beyond a bush. She's in great shape, this female. Alright, so the carcass is beyond this magic quarry. As the lions are chewing away that we cannot see, can see the vultures queuing up there in the old dead trees over there. Hooded vultures, white-backed vultures. Sometimes you're lucky and you see the king of the vultures, the leopard-faced. But eventually, when the lions leave, they'll obviously come and clean up, being part of the clean-up crew. The fact that there is no hyenas close by, there might be large male lions in the area as well. Presence of a male lion is very intimidating for a scavenging hyena. Not sure how big this giraffe carcass is. Maybe it was a youngster. The fact that they might have dragged it underneath this bush to hide it from any aerial visitors like the vultures, and also to feed in the shade as well. Just to control the body temperatures, of course. The deep growls of lions can send shivers down your spine, especially if you're up close. But as I've mentioned so many times before in my Heartbeat of the Timbavati series, all love is lost between lions when there's food, especially when the food is running out. Well, somebody's got to give. Seems like this lioness has moved off slightly to give chance. But with my experience with this kind of audio that can carry quite far, can attract unwanted attention like other male lions or clans of hyenas. Some of the meat this side of the other side of that magic quarry bush. Seems like this young male is holding on for dear life onto that carcass, competing with one of his siblings probably. Still nothing. Visual is very poor. This magic quarry bush is giving a 0 out of 5 visual. My Leatherman, just hold on, I'm just going to go cut the branches quickly. Just bear with me a moment. Just kidding. Never do that in the Kruger, and I must say during this series I've seen people actually climb out of their vehicle in line sightings, either to pick up a cooler box at the back or something, but never ever do that. At the end of the day, you basically wait for fragments of visuals during these kind of sightings, and it's alright if you've got this time to spend sort of in this area, regardless if you're heading somewhere else in the north or not, you'll get something out of it, and that's exactly what we're doing here. So you can see that every now and then there's a slight bit of opportunity to gain some visual. In the current frame, look closely at the magic quarry or the leaves of the bushes surrounding sort of the center of the frame. Almost gives that almost like a natural frame, suggesting the animal or the subject you're filming in the wilderness. So almost like from a wildlife photography kind of aspect. It's a good thing to look at if you're trying to be more abstract and artistic with your work as well. Take note of that. The moment we've been waiting for, a little bit of movement. Quickly coming to have a look where the... oh, piece of bone. Hooded vultures coming closer to the carcass, all funnily actually walking together, taking their chances, and then turning back when the lion looks at them. But I've seen these vultures actually feeding on the scat of the predators or hyenas before. If they cannot get to the carcass quickly, they'll derive some nutritional value from that. As ugly as it sounds, that's what they'll do. It's also known as coprophagy. Got to reverse back a little bit, and that lioness that was feeding on the carcass is now settling for a quick drink, a small puddle of water. Now that's convenient. I must say during the last couple of days there was a splash of rain, so it must have filled up some of these puddles again. We are in fact approaching the dry season or the winter time. But let's see what she decides to do when she's finished, my guess would be that she'll be moving back towards this bush where the carcass is. Something caught her attention towards the east there. Maybe just some impala passing by. Or the vultures over there. Maybe a hyena pitched up. But she's aware. The daring hooded vulture moving closer. The lioness in the background without a care of this vulture, but the brother has taken over the carcass. So I have seen in the past how a male lion actually killed a vulture coming too close to a carcass. That was also in the Manyaleti Game Reserve many moons ago. Quite a stocky female. Looking good. Look at the mud after drinking water. She's content, belly full. Ooh, after drinking water the metabolism will speed up, so it's time for a number 2. Like I've mentioned earlier on, the vultures might be very happy to see that. Are you going to lose visual now again? Alright, well, that was definitely worth it. Wow. There's a slight bit of an opening over here to film them again. I was about to leave and then I saw this. That young male also stood up from the carcass, and just at a glance through the brush, it actually did look like the young Varami male with the injured scrotum. But I'm going to have to move forward to double check on that. But it's turning into such a cool sighting, and in the beginning it seemed so bleak. So it shows you a little bit of patience and maneuvering and taking your time, preempting their movements, gets you the gold. Alright, there he is. So settling for a quick drink like the other sibling. So just momentarily losing visual of the face there, but I did see some redness at the rear of the body, so it could be him. Definitely not him. The main development is much longer as well. Some of the individuals still fighting over the scraps here. Here's a good looking young male, probably close to about 2.5 to 3 years old. Good looking body mass there. Surreal posture. Slowly be moving my camera to the right to let him look into the space, also known as directional space for the photographers out there. Coming to clear up of what is left. is to be known to feed up to 15 kilograms in one sitting. See, that belly is quite full. Good looking stocky male. That's going to be the last of our visual. The lions are going to start sleeping. But that was an epic morning with them. Whoever they are, I'll see what I can find out. As I'm getting the last few seconds of this beautiful big cat with his 4 pride members, I greet you from the Kruger National Park, Crocodile Bridge area. You are watching Kruger Unlocked. I'll see you next time. Cheers for now.